Hello, my friends. Welcome to Luna English Podcast. This is Luna. Today I've been thinking about anger and how often we misunderstand it. Many people think anger is caused by what other people do, by rude words, unfair situations, or mistakes. But anger is more complex than it seems. Often it is not only about the outside world, but about something deep inside us. It touches places where we feel unseen, unloved, or unimportant. When we react without thinking, we let old feelings take control, and our energy feels smaller. I want to explore with you how we can notice these feelings, understand them, and choose how to respond. By pausing, we can see that anger is a message, not a punishment. It is our mind asking for attention, care, and understanding. In this calm space, we can begin to learn how to respond without losing our peace, how emotional intelligence can guide us, and how staying soft in a challenging world is possible even when life feels unfair and complicated. And if this little moment of learning feels helpful to you, I'd be glad if you pressed like and subscribe to the channel. It keeps us connected, and it supports this quiet space where we learn and grow together. Your small action truly helps more listeners find their way here. Why do we feel angry? Anger often starts when something outside triggers a feeling inside us. It might seem simple, like someone interrupting us or saying a harsh word, but the real feeling comes from a deeper place. We may feel unseen, hurt, or insecure. Our mind remembers moments when we felt small, rejected, or misunderstood, and the new situation awakens those old feelings. This is why small things sometimes cause big reactions. Anger is a signal that something inside us needs attention. By noticing this, we can slow down before reacting. Instead of blaming others, we can ask, "What am I really feeling?" Awareness is the first step toward emotional fluency. When we understand our feelings, we can make choices that protect our energy and relationships. We begin to respond rather than react, to set gentle boundaries, and to honor our needs without shutting others out. With consistent practice, anger becomes a teacher rather than a trap, and we can approach life with calm and presence. How do we recognize our triggers? A trigger is anything that makes old pain surface quickly. It might be a word, a tone of voice, silence, or even a certain action. The body reacts before the mind understands what is happening. We might feel tension, heat, or a rush of thoughts. Noticing these early signs is very important. When we pause and breathe, we can observe the feeling without judgment. Saying quietly to ourselves, "I feel this," allows us to identify the root of the emotion. This simple awareness helps us separate the present moment from past pain. It gives us space to choose a response rather than reacting automatically. Recognizing triggers is not about controlling life, but understanding ourselves. We see that our feelings are valid and that our reactions are choices. Over time, this practice makes us more resilient and gentle. We can face challenges without losing our peace. Triggers teach us patience and awareness if we approach them calmly and thoughtfully. Can we feel without reacting? Yes, we can. Feeling is natural, but reacting is optional. When anger rises, taking a moment to pause is essential. Notice the physical sensations in your body and quietly name the feeling. This simple act slows the mind. By observing without judgment, we create a small space between the emotion and our actions. In this space, we can decide what will serve us best. Sometimes the best response is silence, sometimes a calm word, or simply stepping away for a moment. This is not weakness, but a sign of strength and wisdom. Emotional fluency allows us to honor our feelings without harming others or ourselves. It protects our energy while keeping our hearts open. Each pause builds self-awareness, and each thoughtful choice strengthens our inner calm. Over time, we discover that feeling deeply and acting wisely can coexist, and softness does not mean vulnerability. Instead, softness becomes conscious courage, allowing us to navigate life gently yet confidently. Why is naming feelings important? Naming feelings gives them clarity. When we say quietly to ourselves, "I feel hurt," or "I feel frustrated," we turn a cloud of emotion into something understandable. This simple act reduces confusion and mental pressure. It is like giving a voice to our inner world. When we know what we feel, we can decide what to do next. Naming feelings also helps us communicate more clearly with others, avoiding misunderstandings and unnecessary conflict. It strengthens self-trust because we learn to rely on our own awareness rather than reacting automatically. Over time, we notice patterns and triggers more easily. This awareness becomes the foundation of emotional intelligence. With practice, we respond to situations thoughtfully instead of being pulled by old wounds. Naming feelings protects our energy and helps us stay gentle with ourselves and others. We learn to act consciously, maintaining calm and kindness even when challenges feel heavy or overwhelming. How can we choose our response? When we pause and notice our feelings, we have a choice. We can react impulsively, or we can respond intentionally. Responding intentionally means considering what action aligns with our values and protects our peace. Sometimes the best response is saying nothing, sometimes a calm word, or creating gentle space for reflection. The choice is not about winning or proving ourselves right, but about maintaining inner balance. Practicing intentional responses allows us to take control of our life. We are no longer slaves to old emotions or immediate impulses. Each thoughtful choice strengthens resilience, and each pause reinforces our calm. Over time, our relationships improve because we act from clarity instead of habitual reactions. Choosing our response becomes natural, a daily habit that gradually transforms anger into understanding. Our heart stays soft, our energy is protected, and our mind is clearer, even in moments that would have once made us react quickly and regretfully. Why are boundaries important? Boundaries are essential to protect our energy and emotional well-being. They are not walls that close us off, but gentle limits that show others how we want to be treated. Without boundaries, we may react to every small situation, carrying anger and tension inside. Healthy boundaries help us stay centered, calm, and grounded. They allow us to say no when needed, step back when situations feel overwhelming, and protect our emotional space. Boundaries are acts of self-respect and self-care. They do not make us unkind or cold, but clear and intentional in our actions. When others see our boundaries, they are guided to communicate respectfully, which improves relationships. By setting boundaries thoughtfully, we create calm spaces in our mind and heart. We remain soft and compassionate while preserving inner peace. This balance allows us to navigate life with strength and gentleness, protecting our energy without closing our hearts. How do we protect our energy? Our energy is precious, and anger can drain it quickly. By noticing triggers, naming feelings, and setting boundaries, we can protect our inner peace. Avoiding unnecessary conflict, stepping away from stress, and taking time to breathe helps maintain calm. Protecting energy also involves self-care, resting, reflecting, and practicing awareness daily. When we honor our energy, we become more patient, kind, and present. We are less likely to react impulsively and more likely to respond thoughtfully. This is a form of personal freedom because we no longer allow old wounds or small frustrations to control our actions. Protecting our energy does not mean shutting down or avoiding life. It means choosing what deserves our attention and care. This practice helps us stay soft, compassionate, and resilient. Our energy becomes steady, and we approach challenges with calm, focus, and clarity, even in a world that often feels demanding or stressful. Why is self-awareness so powerful? Self-awareness is knowing what we feel, why we feel it, and how it affects us. It allows us to see patterns, understand triggers, and respond consciously. Without self-awareness, anger can control us, and old emotions dictate our actions. With awareness, we gain freedom of choice. We notice early signs of tension, pause, and act in alignment with our values and intentions. Self-awareness also builds compassion for ourselves as we stop blaming and start understanding our own feelings. Each moment of awareness strengthens our inner calm and resilience. Over time, self-awareness becomes a natural part of life, helping us stay soft, present, and steady, even in stressful or challenging situations. It allows us to protect our energy, respond thoughtfully, and live more fully, making each day calmer, clearer, and more meaningful, while maintaining gentle strength in our hearts. Why should we let go of the need to be right? The need to always be right can fuel anger, tension, and conflict. It makes us argue or react even in small situations. Letting go does not mean giving up our values or opinions. It means releasing the pressure to control outcomes and focusing on understanding rather than winning. Releasing this need reduces stress and protects our energy. It allows us to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting defensively. Letting go also opens space for clarity, calm, and connection. We can notice our feelings, pause before acting, and engage with others without letting old patterns dictate our reactions. Life becomes lighter because we are not caught in constant struggle to prove ourselves. Each choice to release control brings freedom, inner peace, and stronger relationships. We learn that softness and strength can coexist when we prioritize understanding over the need to be right. Can we stay soft in a hard world? Yes, we can. Softness is not weakness, it is conscious courage. It means staying open, compassionate, and kind even when others are harsh, impatient, or critical. It means listening and responding with care while protecting our peace. Softness allows us to feel deeply without being broken or controlled by external events. By practicing awareness, pausing before reacting, and choosing our responses, we strengthen this gentle courage. We can remain soft while asserting healthy boundaries and preserving our energy. This balance brings personal freedom because we navigate life without hardening our hearts. We create calm spaces within ourselves and respond from wisdom instead of old patterns of anger or fear. Softness is a quiet strength that allows us to connect fully with ourselves and others while maintaining inner peace and clarity in challenging situations. What is emotional fluency? Emotional fluency is the ability to notice, understand, and respond to emotions skillfully. It is not about suppressing feelings, but guiding them with awareness. Practicing emotional fluency means pausing when anger rises, naming the feeling, and choosing a response that protects our energy. Like a muscle, emotional fluency grows stronger with consistent practice. Each moment we observe and act consciously strengthens calm, clarity, and resilience. Emotional fluency helps us navigate life with gentleness and awareness. Small triggers no longer control us, and we respond from a place of understanding rather than reaction. It supports relationships, mental health, and personal freedom. Each day presents opportunities to grow this skill, and each mindful choice builds confidence in handling emotions thoughtfully. Emotional fluency allows us to stay soft while remaining strong, present, and compassionate, even when life feels stressful or challenging. Why do we need courage to be gentle? Being gentle in a harsh world requires bravery. It means resisting the urge to react harshly, argue, or defend ourselves constantly. Gentle courage is trusting that softness is strength, and clarity and calm guide our actions better than anger. It allows us to protect our energy, honor our feelings, and remain present even in difficult situations. Gentle courage nurtures relationships and our own well-being. It is quiet, steady, and freeing. By choosing gentleness over reactive behavior, we create space for understanding, peace, and calm. This courage strengthens emotional intelligence and self-awareness. Over time, it becomes natural, allowing us to face challenges with confidence, kindness, and resilience. Softness and strength coexist beautifully when we act from conscious choice rather than impulse or habit. How does self-awareness create freedom? Freedom comes when we understand our emotions, recognize triggers, and choose how to respond. We are no longer controlled by old wounds, fears, or impulsive reactions. We can pause, reflect, and act intentionally. Self-awareness allows us to protect our energy, remain soft, and engage fully in life. It releases the need to control outcomes, be right, or react immediately. Each moment of mindful awareness builds inner peace. We experience clarity, confidence, and calm. Freedom is internal, not external. It is the ability to respond with wisdom, care, and intention rather than anger or tension. This freedom makes life lighter, more meaningful, and more connected. It is a daily practice, a gentle path to living fully, softly, and courageously, while protecting our energy and remaining emotionally resilient. How can we live with calm and clarity? By practicing awareness, emotional fluency, gentle courage, and thoughtful responses, we create a calm mind and clear heart. Each day offers opportunities to notice our feelings, pause before reacting, and act in ways that protect our energy. Boundaries, self-compassion, and letting go of the need to be right support this practice. Life does not become perfect, but we navigate challenges with steadiness and grace. We remain soft without losing strength, respond from understanding instead of impulse, and act with intention. Over time, this approach becomes natural, and our relationships improve, our mind feels lighter, and we experience a deeper sense of personal freedom. Calm and clarity are not destinations, but ongoing practices. Each mindful choice strengthens emotional intelligence, resilience, and inner peace, allowing us to live fully, gently, and courageously in a challenging and complex world. And if this episode felt helpful or comforting in any way, I'd be grateful if you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps you stay close to the next lesson, and it also keeps this quiet learning space alive and growing.